It's Maritza from No Fluff Zone here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about Pets in the Classroom, which is a wonderful organization that helps teachers have a classroom pet. So I found out about them maybe my second year of teaching, and I got a hamster through them. I used the Pet Supermarket Store Grant, and once you apply and you fill out the questions, obviously this is not for experiments type of pets. This is for a classroom environment in which you agree to teach children, empathy, taking care of a pet, responsibility, love, or, just to have the pet there. I used the Pet Supermarket Store Grant, and it was wonderful. They actually I remember receiving a box, and the children got coupons, for Pet Supermarket in case they wanted to buy their personal home pet supplies. And I recall it was like a thick coupon book. I went there, I got all the coupon book is based on the pet type. So if you get a fish, your coupon book will have, the materials for a fish, the supplies for a fish. I got a hamster, so my coupon book had coupons for hamster cage, bedding, a ball. Everything was paid for except for half of the price of the pet. So I think I paid maybe like $5 for the hamster. Pro tip, do not get a pregnant hamster. Do not get I would not suggest ever getting a female hamster, because I ended up getting a pregnant female hamster, and thank God I had very supportive parents that were willing to adopt the little offspring hamsters. But it was a very stressful time for me, and I know for Zoe, my hamster, it was very stressful for her too, because, there were little hamsters everywhere, and the cage I had was for one hamster. Was it fun? Yeah, I will not lie, it was fun. They were super cute, they were running all around, the kids loved them, they were tiny little hamsters. But I don't suggest this is your first pet doing that. They have all kinds of pets you can get. You have to go on the website, petsintheclassroom.org, and once you go on the website, there's like this little quiz that tells you if you qualify. If you do qualify, unfortunately, they only serve up to 9th grade because of funding. So I just found that out today researching for this video. So maybe in the future, they'll qualify for upper grades, 9th and above. You choose your pet and then your grants. So for example, the Pet Store Grants, Pet Coves, Pet Supermarket, Pet Supplies Plus, Petland, PetSmart, those are all the stores that are in collaboration with Pets in the Classroom. So those are the ones that you will go with the coupon book and just get all your supplies for your pet. The rebate one is if you don't want to apply for the store one. And for a small animal, they'll give you $75. They'll rebate, keep your receipts, they'll rebate back $75. Or for a reptile / aquarium, $125. I highly suggest if if there's one of those participating pet stores in your area, go with the store one. Here's the thing. You can only apply for this grant once. So me as, I can't do it again. So I can't apply for the pet store one grant every year. Once you apply for the pet store grant 1 year, the next year you would qualify for the sustaining grant. So the sustaining grant is a $50 check they'll send you once you mail in receipts. Here's the thing to that. No Amazon, no Walmart, and no Target. So you would have to buy supplies, obviously, at one of those pet stores that, once you read into it, it'll tell you the pet stores that qualify. I just get everything at Pet Supermarket. There's one right by my house. They're very helpful. They're very knowledgeable. and that's where I prefer to take my business. I tried another one by my house, a PetSmart, and it just didn't work out well for me. So I've been sticking with Pet Supermarket. That's the pet store that I get all the stuff for Larry. So Larry was not the pet I got. My first pet was Zoe, which was a hamster. She lived for about 3 years. After Zoe, I wanted a different type of pet because hamsters. I do say this, do your research. If you like having a hamster, you're gonna have to understand that your hamster is definitely going to be on the wheel a lot. They like exercise, depending on the personality. But there's a risk that you'll be teaching and you'll hear the wheel just running, and what are you gonna do? You're not gonna go and slap the cage. Hey, shut up, I'm teaching. Be quiet, I'm teaching. You can't do that. So I suggest you do your research. Me, the perfect pet. I've had fish, I've had hamsters, and the perfect pet for me is gerbils. Well, is a gerbil. I bought him in a pair, but the brother passed. So he mourned for about three months, where I would have to talk to him every day in a really nice way and say, I'm sorry. Like, we wanna I guess forget or pretend like animals don't have feelings, but they understand. They might not understand the words we're speaking to them, but they understand the tones you use with them. So Larry, I spoke to him, his brother passed, and he was very attached to his brother. So keep that in mind too. Gerbils like being in pairs at least. And they really got along well. So when the brother passed, I was pretty bummed out. So keep that in mind. If you get a pet from a pet store, there is always that possibility that the pet will pass. And start thinking, have an emergency plan of how to attack that. When I had fish, I would just buy another fish. I didn't have the heart to tell, 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, hey, the fish died, I would just do a switcheroo. Now, I did have a beta fish that the kids kind of knew. That one I did mourn, and I did let the children know, hey, by that point, I was a better, more experienced teacher, and I was okay with letting them know pets die. So that's also something you have to consider before getting a pet. Do your research. I know teachers that love reptiles. Like, I have a teacher friend that he collects turtles. Like, that's his thing. He has a huge, like a tortoise, and it walks around the classroom, and the children love his class because he has a tortoise, a tortoise. And for me, Larry brings so much joy to the children. They talk about him. They use him in the stories. My reluctant writers, when I tell them, oh, hey, maybe Larry, write a story for Larry to read. And they'll be more motivated. They'll motivate themselves to want to write to Larry. I've actually also had situations where I've had children that are very, very shy. They don't want to read to me. And I'll tell them, hey, read a story to Larry, and it's the most adorable thing to see them like showing him the pictures, and Larry entertains it 100%. Larry will stand there and he's like looking at the pictures, and that just makes the children love him even more. They bring him snacks. They'll bring him little carrots, broccoli. They'll sneak stuff from the cafeteria to bring him all his favorite snacks. They love bringing him Cheerios. He loves Cheerios. Those are his favorite. And yeah, it could get pricey. I mean, I usually buy my snacks and like a little piece of cheese here and there. Also, keep in mind that this is something that when I am very overwhelmed, me as a teacher, maybe I'm getting frustrated, maybe I'm not reaching a student, I will literally walk away from the situation before, I blow. And I stare at Larry for like 2 minutes. I give him a little Cheerio and I feel cheered up. So I've used Larry in such a positive way in my classroom. Children read to him. They write to him. They love collecting like the toilet paper rolls. They'll bring me cardboard from the house, you know, and they love just putting it in there, and they love seeing Larry, you know, what is it? They love seeing Larry chew and sand his teeth or whatever, you know. Gerbil's teeth are always growing, so they need toys like that. So honestly, I would consider it. At least trying it the first time. Now, it comes with experience. Would I get a hamster? No. Dwarf hamsters? Yes. I think dwarf hamsters are very doable, especially they like being in pairs. So that's a good thing. You can even find pets online, like on OfferUp. I found my friend, my colleague, a little dwarf hamster. They were just giving it away with everything. So if you don't want to try a grant, I guess you can do that too. But I highly suggest using the resources that are available for teachers. I do it every year. Every year I get my 50 bucks. I buy Larry his bedding, his food. For those $50, I get enough bedding. So I get 2 big bags of bedding, 2 bags of hay. I get 1 big bag of food, and then I supplement the rest. So the kids will bring me Cheerios, you know, cheese, broccoli, you know, the things I just said before. So this is Larry, and now I'm gonna show you how I give him a little treat. Larry! Hi, Larry! Oh. And he goes and he eats his little Cheerio. So, sum it all up. Pets in the classroom, Google it, go for it.